Spiritual Captivity by Lou White. Chapter 3, How to Tell Your Family. We see it, but those living by the worldly pattern do not yet know they have been made drunk. Revelation 17 verses 4 to 5 tells us all about the woman of Babel that made the world drunk on the abominations they do not yet perceive. Your family and friends have noticed a change in you. There is a calm kindness they never saw before, and from their point of view, your enthusiasm for their yearly celebrations has completely dried up. You now see the celebrations for what they really are. You are like a foreigner to them now, and they do not understand you at all. Why are we perceiving things differently now? We have been given a new perspective. The mind of the Ruach of Yahuwah now dwells in us. What changed and why? Our obedience changes everything. When we obey the eternal covenant, we perfect and confirm our belief. We then receive the help of Yahushua indwelling us. But until we obey, he will not give us his Ruach. Acts 5 verse 32. When you explain how you now desire to please Yahushua and walk in obedience and truth, their first impression is you have joined a cult. They wonder what kind of religious fanatics you've been fraternizing with. Because the world is drunk on the wine, that is teachings, of the woman holding the golden cup of her abominations, the Nazarene, can expect to be hated because we follow Yahuwah's 10 words of love rather than the traditions of men. The word of truth has renewed our minds, and we have awakened to the lies and schemes of the devil. Colossians chapter 2, verses 6 to 10. It reads, "See to it that no one makes a prey of you through philosophy and empty deceit, according to the tradition of men, according to the elementary things of the world, and not according to Mashiach. Because in him dwells all the fullness of Yahuwah bodily, and you have been made complete in him, who is the head of all principality and authority." Let's start with the real name. Proverbs 30 verse 4 asks an important question. Here's the question. What is his name, and what is his son's name, if you know it? Let's pretend everyone has always known Yahushua's real name. In this world, people may use one of their other names, such as a middle name. Some use nicknames or professional brand names like Bono or Sting. When Jorge Mario Bergoglio was elected Pope by the Cardinal electors in March 2013, he adopted the name Francis. Recently, I asked a Catholic if they had ever heard of the name Jorge Bergoglio, and they said they had not. Fake names happen for a variety of reasons. Can we presume to refer to the Supreme Being by whatever name we choose? Should we allow teaching authorities to continue molesting the name above all names? People may be living in a false reality and never know it. When they encounter the truth, the first reaction is to say, "Ridiculous." This experience is a form of stress called cognitive dissonance. While we are pretending, imagine that everyone was suddenly told they were to never use the real name Yahushua, but rather to always call him Jesus going forward. This is an example of what it seems like to your family, only the reverse is happening. Truth is rejected to maintain traditions. What would you do, knowing he never told us to do such a thing, but warned that this would actually happen? Yahohanan, that is, John chapter 5, verses 43 to 44. It reads, "I have come in my Father's name, and you do not receive me. If another comes in his own name, him you would receive. How are you able to believe when you are receiving esteem from one another, and the esteem that is from the only Allahim you do not seek?" Let's stop pretending as children and come into reality concerning the real and only name Yahushua. In the photo above, we see an object called a monstrance. It's an object designed to hold a round piece of bread so people can kneel before it in worship. It is intentionally designed to cause people to violate the first, second, and third commandments. This next photo shows the same monstrance, which is identical to the image of the sun that is worshipped in Peru. People don't know what they don't know. People have to struggle to find someone to explain the message in the writings of truth, Daniel 10:21. Instead of teaching what the Word itself directs us to do, the people are directed away from it and taught traditions. The search for truth is a pursuit to know our Creator. Those who teach us lead us only into confusion. The translations will show you in the preface there is an intentional attack on the truth. The translators adopted a device to replace the name of the Creator with Lord. Lord is the definition of the Hebrew word Baal-Beel. We will look at this in greater detail a little later.